To begin at the beginning. It is spring, moonless night in the small town, starless and Bible black, the cobble streets silent and the hunched quarters and rabbit's wood limping invisible down to the slow black, crow-black fishing boat bobbing sea. The houses are blind as moles, the moles see fine tonight in the snouting velvet ingles, or blind as Captain Cat there in the muffled middle by the pump and the town clock, the shops in mourning, the welfare hall in widow's weeds, and all the people of the lulled and dumbfound town are sleeping now. Hush! The babies are sleeping. The farmers, the fishers, the tradesmen and pensioners, cobbler, schoolteacher, postman and publican, the undertaker and the fancy woman, drunkard, dressmaker, preacher, policeman, the webfoot cockle women and the tidy wives. Young girls lie bedded soft or glide in their dreams with rings and trousseau, bridesmaided by glowworms down the aisles of the organ-playing wood. The boys are dreaming wicked or of the bucking ranches of the night and the Jolly Rogered sea, and the anthracite statues of the horses sleep in the fields, and the cows in the byres, and the dogs in wet-nosed yards, and the cats nap in the slant corners or lope sly, streaking and needling on the one cloud of the roofs. You can hear the dew falling, and the hushed town breathing. Only your eyes are closed to see the black and folded town fast and slow asleep, and you alone can hear the invisible starfall, the darkest before dawn minutely dew-grazed stir of the black dab-filled sea, where the Arethusa, the curlew and the skylark, Zanzibar, Rhiannon, the rover, the cormorant and the star of Wales tilt and ride. Listen, it is night moving in the streets, the processional salt slow musical wind in Coronation Street and Cockle Row. It is the grass growing on Llaregib Hill, dewfall, starfall, and sleep of birds in Milkwood. Listen, it is night in the chill, squat chapel, hymning in bonnet and brooch and bombazine black, butterfly choker and bootless bow, coughing like nanny goats, sucking mintos, 40 winking hallelujah, night in the four-rail quiet as a domino, in Ocky milkman's lofts like a mouse with gloves, in Diebread's bakery flying like black flour. It is tonight in Donkey Street, trotting silent with seaweed on its hooves, along the cockled cobbles, past curtain fernpot, text and trinket, harmonium, holy dresser, watercolours done by hand, china dog and rosy tin tea caddy. It is night neddying among the snuggeries of babies. Look, it is night, dumbly, royally winding through the coronation cherry trees, going through the graveyard of Bethesda with winds gloved and folded and dew-doffed, tumbling by the sailors' arms. Time passes. Listen, time passes. Come closer now. Only you can hear the houses sleeping in the streets in the slow, deep, salt and silent black bandaged night. Only you can see in the blinded bedrooms, the combs and petticoats over the chairs, the jugs and basins, the glasses of teeth, thou shalt not on the wall and the yellow dicky bird watching pictures of the dead. Only you can hear and see, behind the eyes of the sleepers, the movements and countries and mazes and colours and dismays and rainbows and tunes and wishes and flight and fall and despairs and big seas of their dreams. From where you are, you can hear their dreams. Less than 500 souls inhabit the 3 quaint streets and the few narrow by-lanes and scattered farmsteads that constitute this small decaying watering place, which may indeed be called a backwater of life without disrespect to its natives, who possess to this day a salty individuality of their own. The main street, Coronation Street, consists for the most part of humble, 2-storied houses, many of which attempt to achieve some measure of gaiety by prinking themselves out in crude colours, and by the liberal use of pinkwash, though there are remaining a few 18th century houses of more pretension, if, on the whole, in a sad state of disrepair. Though there is little to attract the hill climber, the health seeker, the sportsman or the weekending motorist, the contemplative may, if sufficiently attracted to spare in some leisurely hours, find, in its cobbled streets and its little fishing harbour, in its several curious customs, and in the conversation of its local characters, some of the picturesque sense of the past so frequently lacking in towns and villages which have kept more abreast of the times. The one place of worship, with its neglected graveyard, is of no architectural interest. The river Dewi is said to abound in trout, but is much poached. The principality of the sky lightens now, over our green hill, into spring morning, larked and crowed and belling, Who pulls the town hall bell rope but blind Captain Cat? One by one, the sleepers are wrung out of sleep this one morning, as every morning. And soon you shall see the chimney's slow up-flying snow as Captain Cat, in sailor's cap and sea boots, announces today with his loud get-out-of-bed bell. The Reverend Eli Jenkins, in Bethesda House, gropes out of bed into his preacher's black, combs back his bald's white hair, forgets to wash, pads barefoot downstairs, opens the front door, stands in the doorway, and looking out at the day and up at the eternal hill, and hearing the sea break and the gab of birds, remembers his own verses and tells them softly to empty Coronation Street that is rising and raising its blinds. Dear Gwalia, I know there are towns lovelier than ours, and fairer hills and loftier far, and groves more full of flowers, and boskier woods more blithe with spring and bright with birds adorning, and sweeter bards than I to sing their praise this beauteous morning. By Cader Idris tempest torn, or moel yr Wyddfa's glory, Carnel Llywelyn beauty born, Plynlimon old in story. By mountains where King Arthur dreams, by Pen Maen Mawr defiant, Llaregib hill a molehill seems, a pygmy to a giant. By Sawdde, Senni, Dyfi, Dee, Edu, Eden, Aled all, Taff and Towy, broad and free, Llyfnant with its waterfall. Clairwen, Cleddau, Dillais Daw, Eli, Gwili, Ogor Nedd. Small is our river Dewi, Lord, a baby on a rushy bed. By Carreg Hennen, king of time, our heron head is only a bit of stone with seaweed spread where gulls come to be lonely. A tiny dingle is Milkwood by Golden Grove neath Grongar, but let me choose, and oh, I should love all my life and longer, to stroll among our trees and stray in Gusgog Lane on Donkey Down, and hear the Dewi sing all day, and never, never leave the town. The Reverend Jenkins closes the front door. His morning service is over.